we must begin to think properly. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's son must be stepped out of Biafra struggle entirely. What we are doing here is not good for the head of that child. It's not good for his future. When you talk about struggle, this is about his father's trying to govern a Soviet nation. It's not about these guys. Biafra struggle is not anything to do with monarchy. In terms of kingship, then it can be groomed that way. But in terms of this struggle of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's son must be taken out of the equation totally. The child must be protected. The child must have his own way to study, to adapt to the society where he was born. Yes, they will always come. Mom may tell him the story of his dad. He will hear from people, but bringing him in a leadership position of where these things are taking place is not fair for the child. It's not fair for his mental health. It's not fair for his academic, exploitation. It's not fair for his growth. We must make sure that this guy is protected. We must make sure that this guy is not being featured in this level of this IPOB gathering where you have this man. People are clamoring for his father. Yes, his father is being held by Nigerian government illegally. We know that one. We can talk to him that way. We can bring him, but in this way, the way it being brought in here, it shouldn't be that way. We should learn. That's why I'm saying this. You see, when you look at some IPOB fundamental leaders, you think, how are these people growing? How are they leading people with this kind of mentality? This is not Africa. You have to think the Western way. How many times have you seen Donald Trump's son coming to, the Oval Office to speak? How many times do you see Prime Minister of UK's son coming in that way to speak? You must know that there is difference between politics and monarchy. This is something that we African must put in our brain. There's nothing like grooming this way. Children may grow up and have another interest. When you see Ojukwu, do you see Ojukwu's son coming into that way? That's why we need to think. When you see Mazi but do you see his son coming, even since they arrested him? We must know if these guys are going for campaign, maybe he came out to talk about the dad. It's okay. Watch the Western world. They are very careful on how they treat children. I hope these men here are thinking properly to avoid them being subject of arrest. To be honest, you can't groom this child this way. I feel so hot to see this young boy being groomed in this position. Please, those people that are joining the IPOB, when these things come together, please take this boy away from this auditorium. Don't come and put him in a position of a leadership whereby he's still a young boy who is about to see future. He may tomorrow grow up inspired to be UK Prime Minister, but the position you guys put him today will make people think, use it against him and say, when you are 12 years or 14 years, you were with so group. Maybe that time the Biafran have not materialized. We must think about this young boy's future. I hope the mom is thinking, this boy should not be put in this position. We must think. Western world think differently. When you look at many prime ministers, they hardly put their children in front of their struggle. You know that we Africa, we're doing it. Don't put children, don't use children to share. We don't live our life in our children. Allow the children to discover their own talent. Allow the children to know what they want to be. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't groom them. This is what we call, in fact, this can be family domestic violence. I'm just saying that if you listen to me, please let those that do this, let this be the last. I hope this will get to the authority of those DOS and the boy's mom. It's not wise. If you want this boy to be a leader tomorrow, allow him to have his school, allow him to mingle in the society, allow him to have his own way, to carve his own way, and see how we come into that struggle. This is why we miss Simon Ekpa. We just like people who could have utilized this brother very well, but we rush and miss the chance, and we're about to miss again. Leave this young boy that we born in Europe. Allow them to observe what is happening from far away or wherever the mom bring them. Don't bring him into this position, please. I'm asking the GOS and all that see this boy in this position. I wonder how can this grown-up men be there and none of them are thinking and say, hey, this boy should be down there. Even his father is the leader. Even his father is whatever. It shouldn't be there. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu during his time actually protect his family. Outscared this because it sees a political affair. It's not a monarchy affair where we groom children right from childhood, telling them how they will have to behave. Please, please, this should stop. This child here, they should not bring him in gathering again. This should stop, and the mom should take care.